If you have tasted Kenyan coffee, then you know why the country is famous for it. It is one of Kenya's biggest foreign exchange earners as the world's consumption of Kenyan coffee continues to grow. But there have been challenges: competition from neighboring Ethiopia, branding and marketing challenges, as well as value addition. Against this background, the marketing strategy is a critical aspect of the industry. Currently, there are two coffee marketing systems in Kenya. One is the central auction system, where the coffee is bought by the licensed coffee dealers through competitive bidding. Then there is the direct sale, commonly referred to as second window, where a marketing agent directly negotiates with the buyer outside the country and a sales contract is signed.
Kenyan coffee has always been doing very well. Like when you look at the international market today, we usually sell our coffees at a premium of between $30 to $60 per 50 kg bag.
Though the sector has been doing well, data from a decade ago shows dwindling numbers from highs of over 100,000 tons, but the government is keen to see this change.
With the multiplicity of players in the industry and the declining volumes, there is also unethical practices coming into being. So that puts the challenge at the doorstep of the regulator. How we are doing it is in conjunction with the government. We have projects in place to facilitate increased production. One which I would mention immediately is we have the Coffee Development Fund, which is bringing in funding, because we believe funding is one of the lacking ingredients to stimulate production. The other one is we have donor-supported projects like under the EU project, we have what we call the Quality Coffee Production Project, which is ongoing. It's going to be on the ground for the next, for about 2.5 years. It is bringing in putting in place capacity for the industry, way down from the cooperative society to the institutions, Coffee Research and Coffee Board, including the trading floor.
The Kenya Planters and Cooperative Union has been the dominant player in coffee dealership, but now a new government strategy means that more than 40 private companies will soon fight it out in the marketplace.
With the liberalization of the coffee industry, we want to give everybody an opportunity to do coffee business. We believe in numbers, there will be competitiveness, and that should be able to reward farmers in terms of returns.
Optimism is high, and players believe that the increase in the number of dealers will attract better prices, hence better returns.
The problem with farmers today in the coffee industry is that it's dominated by small-scale farmers who have less bargaining power when it comes to marketing their product because the production is fragmented. With new dealers and new distributors coming on board, it means that they'll have more of buyers for their product, so a bigger outlet that will allow them to compete on pricing.
The Nairobi Coffee Exchange thrives on competition, and the more players we get into on the floor, the better for the farmer in terms of prices. So we want to believe that with the new people who have been licensed, who get a higher competition, and the prices should be able to improve.
Apart from administrative challenges, the ongoing drought as well as high cost of production has had a negative effect on the country's overall supply.
The weather is very dry, especially east of the Rift Valley, where a lot of coffee is grown. And because of that, then you find that there's a need to sometimes irrigate. For example, with us large-scale growers, we have to irrigate our coffee farms just to maintain the levels that we need. And of course, that irrigation, one is the water is quite scarce, and second, we've got to use electric diesel pumps. And of course, you know, the cost of fuel has been quite high in this country. So we have that challenge of rising cost of production, and at the same time lowering in the actual volumes of production that we're able to produce.
When the industry almost fell under in the early 90s, coffee farmers uprooted their crops. But will more marketers and better management change the prospect for Kenya's farmers?
It doesn't guarantee better prices because the market remains the same. Apart from that, there's too much competition. The price I don't think there'll be much changes being with new players.
Even with better management and a change in strategy, value addition is critical if the government intends to make the most out of its black gold, as most of it is exported in its raw form.
Well, value addition is something that we've gone into. One of the challenges in Kenya actually is that we can do value addition internally, okay, which we do, as you can see some of our products here. But Kenyans are very poor coffee drinkers. Okay, I understand statistically there's between 2 and 4% of Kenyans who drink coffee. You know, Kenya is a tea drinking country, and that's a culture. One of the things we'd like to do really is to see the culture of drinking coffee growing in this country.
With countries like Ethiopia giving farmers incentives as well as encouraging foreign investment in its coffee farms, Kenya will have to up its game. This is where brand building, a little explored area in Kenya's coffee sector, may make an impact.
A country should have a sort of a brand awareness about it. And probably Kenya has not branded itself very well internationally. We are known more for tourism. In a certain degree, our coffee is a little bit known, but we need to brand our coffee much more and sell our country as a country that produces excellent coffee.
The long-term outlook, though, seems positive.
Kenyan coffee still enjoys premium price over and above the market price offered at New York City. We are under the Colombian miles, and we always realize we always have an edge or a premium over and above. And it's this I would really rally my farmers or the farmers and the players in the industry to take advantage of by increasing production.
Kenyan coffee generally has got a good reputation in the international market. And the challenge, of course, that we have is that we cannot supply enough. But it can compete with any other coffee anywhere in the world because of our topography and our altitudes, where we grow it. And we can compete, I think, and we have very good coffee in this country.
The Kenyan government's biggest hope is that this new strategy will drive awareness of the beauty of Kenyan coffee and in return, not just build a better image of this sector, but drive up profits for its farmers and dealers.